Howdy everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of 2420. It is Nicotine33 here, and glad to have you back. If you can remember last time, we left off after we just built this farmhouse storage area, put in 2 different fields. As you can see, we're working on moving down some of those resources, harvesting the wheat, moving it down, putting it in there, same with the carrots. But today, I think we're going over there, build a barn, because we need some meats, right? We need to be able to get some leather, and, got nothing going on over here. We got a chicken and some pigs, sheep there. It's just too far away. Cows are who knows where, and I've got no kind of armor on, so I'm just starting out, and since I don't have time to mine, leather armor seems to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and collect some of our resources, and I'll meet you back. All right, well, as you can see, I had some difficulties. In fact, the difficulties provided, shut up about this black box. I can see it, you can see it. We're having a mistake, but as you can see, we got our resources collected. And we're gonna go ahead and start building up this barn. Now I'm gonna keep this barn about the same style. It's gonna go right about here, have outshoots for the different animals to go, so let's get to it. right now. Just closing up some of our stuff here, and isn't it looking great? I love that the path continues on out and through the barn, through the side of the field, back over to our areas over here, but just looking at it, I think it looks great. It's got that nice roof style to it. And I've already went in, put in some sheep, some cows. As you can see, it's day 16, so we don't have a lot of time left, because as a reminder, we're only here till day 21, the end of day 21. So I got some big plans to go on next, but I really love this barn. So as you can see, we're looking out over here. It's raining. Let me back up a little bit, get out of the rain so you can see me a little better. So we got some big plans now. It's an ugly village to start. You know, we came in, there's horrible terrain generation over that way. It's way spread out, very few things. And I'd love to move our village on over here next to this riverfront. As you can see, it's day 18, so we really only have about 4 days left to get that. So let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and start building in some of our bridge here so we can stop swimming through here. I already went through and connected this river. I'm gonna go ahead and line out some of our houses that we're gonna build over here. Got a couple of different ones. Gonna try not to get struck by lightning as I do this. Gonna have a couple different shapes, just some traditional squares, some different sized ones too. Gotta clear out some of our land so we have a little bit more room to build over here. And yeah, so you can see we got a house here, and we got some others there behind me. And we got our bridge built in. So what we need to do now is, first off, I need to get rid of all this junk inside of my inventory. And I'm gonna go ahead, you can see it's day 19, took me about a day to line out all of those. So I got about 3 full days left to start building some of our houses. We're gonna leave that one, try to get them to blend in with that. We got all these resources from tearing down the Java generated ones. Let's go ahead and start building up a couple of our new houses. I want to get it to blend in with the barn over there. I'm going to put in some of this granite here. I want to blend it in with the roof too, so we're going to use some cobblestone stairs. But I also want to give it a little bit of its own style and blend it in with the natural generation. Put a bed for our villagers. And here we are, we're going to time-lapse these two. So, like I said, we want to make it blend in with our barn and our storehouse. So that's why we're using the granite on a couple of the walls, but not on all of them. And then we also want to blend it in with the Java edition generations. So that's why you can see us here using some of those stripped logs, and we're putting everything on a cobblestone base, just like the naturally generated structures are for most of those houses. Made a little mistake here. We're going to increase the height on it just a little bit. But I'm putting in those cobblestone stairs now. That is not super typical of the Java generated ones. It's on a couple of them, like the double door one that has a chest, and the blacksmith has a cobblestone roof, but this blends in well with our barns we already made. So I'm going for a little bit of shape along the top of the roof line here, so it's not just a standard point. And that is similar to how we did the roof on the barn. We don't have any other kind of jut outs or other sides, but on this second square here, we're going to be a little more like a NPC naturally generated Java structure. So we have the oak logs for our sides and just got the oak planks for our walls, but we're still on top of that cobblestone base, just like you would find one in the regular village, because we don't want it to look so out of place for our first village. We want it to kind of blend in, especially because we really didn't have a lot of time to do a whole lot of different construction than what you might find in a regularly generated village. So we're going ahead, just putting in the roof. This one's just straight up the top. Then we gotta slap down our beds. One there, and another one there. Don't like that way. Let me put it here. So here we go. We're gonna start construction of a longer style house over here, using our typical oak style. Putting in some oak stairs on this one. Gonna be a little different than the cobblestone stairs on the others. But let's go ahead, let's time lapse this build, and we'll just catch you after we build that next one too. across the river. We left that shepherd's house over there, got our paths all done out. And as you can see, it's day 21 and it's the end of it. So we have until the end of the day today to make any more edits. I originally wanted to do one more house over there, but we just ran out of time. Didn't feel like I could get it done in time. But yeah, you can see our path brings on right out to there. We have our new village over here. I think it flows really well. I don't think they stick out, but I think they go well. And right back there is where I was going to do one more taller house, and I think it really would have brought it together, but we just didn't quite have the time to do that. Let's go ahead. Let's take an overview. This is what our village looks like after 21 days here. We took out all of those farms and houses that were over that nastiness and left these 3, 4, and of course we can't tear down the church, and we left the shepherds to kind of push ourselves into our new construction. We got this beautiful field with the farm storehouse and that beautiful barn in the background. Just a couple of new houses over here along the edge. Just gives it a little more of a story to the building, and I think it looks really great that way. You can see here we have almost all of our crops filled in, besides those beetroot, which almost unnecessary, of course. And although we probably won't be able sticking around in this area to load it, because I haven't seen another village in any of the horizons, and we also didn't quite get a bridge built over here, but it's all right. We'll be able to come back here once we get connected to the nether, or we can come back here if the next village we find isn't too far, to be able to harvest those crops whenever we need them, breed up some more animals, and we'll be able to come back here anytime we need to, and anytime in between villages that we think we might need to stop by. I think these are just nestled in great with that mountain backdrop. I just think that we did a great job here for our first 20 days in our first village that we found. Of course, we had to work with limited resources and limited time. So guys, as you can see, it's day 22. I went and slept, I've harvested some. I haven't built anything more, but we finished out our 21 days here. What do you guys think? I think we did pretty well. I really do. We were able to build that awesome storehouse behind us. Great barn, great paths. I think that is just a great start to this series, to be able to have this to come back to, have these fields, and be able to use this as a resource to start our series. Inside the barn, we didn't quite get enough time to breed up our animals. We could have done better, and it looks like I had a grass block there, so I guess that's why these pigs are in the sheep area, but that's all right. So we were able to not quite breed up the animals like we wanted to. We're still using some bread as our main diet item, eating up some fish I found in the chest earlier. Able to come over here, build up a couple of different houses. We already got one villager over here. Put our bell in, making it feel like a real home here. Just some regular looking houses, but slightly different than the natural generation. Didn't quite get our house built up here. I think it really would have completed it, but it's all right. Don't have time for everything. One person ran out of time. It's all right. And then this house over here, this long one, this is kind of the one we're going to call home. I left the one that we were based out of, but I went ahead, put in some chests, put in the beds. I think it looks great. That's the one we'll keep coming back to anytime we need to. Continuing our path on over here, have this awesome bridge to be able to get between both sides of the river. We left the shepherds' stations over here with their looms. We had to leave the church, but as you can see over here, we took out the house way up there, way back in the back. We left these here to kind of blend into this one, but got rid of the ones that were useless, got rid of the ones that were looking gross. But now we're able to just look across this river and have this great scenery with our storehouse backed up by the mountains, fields leading right into the barn leading right up to the river, and right across the river is our houses where all of our workers are staying. I think it looks great. I think we did real well here. Let me know what you think. I think we did great. So, as you can see, nighttime's coming down. We came from that way with spawn, and we just kind of headed this direction, and we're able to find these. So I think next steps here, we're going to head off over that mountain, see a horse up there. Honestly, we'll probably end up going around this mountain. I don't feel like climbing up it. Just follow this river around, see where that takes us, and then we'll start heading the same direction that we did right off of our spawn. You can see day 22. And I think we got quite a bit done for that. So I'm going to head on over here, head into our base that we're calling home. I've already harvested some stuff, and we can come back anytime we need more. But I'm going to go ahead, walk on over here, set my spawn in one of these beds, and rest after 20 days of some hard work put in. So, guys, appreciate you watching. We're going to have to see what our next 20 days bring. I think the next one we're going to do is probably a mining town, get some diamonds, get some better armor, and I'm sure I'll see you guys next time. So we're going to spend a couple days trying to find that, and then we'll start our next 10 at the next place. It'll be a great time, different style. I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead here. We'll finish it up. Village number 2. Not sure where it's going to be. Thinking I'm going to do mining, but we'll have to see. We'll mark our village 1 so we don't forget that it was a farming village. And, well, last thing to do now is to head on to sleep. Catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.